The climatological peak of hurricane season is today on September 10th, and thankfully, it's been kind of a little bit on that calmer side so far, at least in the Atlantic basin, but we still have a lot of the hurricane season left to go, as it does end typically around November 30th, and we can pretty much see the trend as we go and still throughout the rest of the months of October, heading into November, especially into December. Activity is slowly going to calm down, but typically we see most of our activity between around September and October. So the storms that we have had so far, we've only had a total of 6. Most of it has been tropical storms where we've only had one hurricane. It was Hurricane Erin, the storm that everyone was keeping a close eye on. It reached up into that Category 5 status, and so far, at least in the Atlantic basin, this is the only major hurricane that we've had, and also hurricane in general. So we've definitely seen, at least with some storms, they have the capability to be able to produce up into these very strong and powerful hurricanes. But we've been kind of having a little bit in the way of some factors that has limited that. Let's talk about that real quick. So the main thing that we pay attention to is the ENSO phase. So right now, we're kind of what we're calling that neutral phase. We have the La Nina and the El Nino. The neutral, it's kind of like we're in the middle of that right now. But we are kind of getting into more of a favorable pattern where La Nina may be possible heading into the late fall and early winter. This will typically lead to at least a more favorable environment for the Atlantic to be able to kind of help and work up with these hurricanes. But as well with this, Saharan dust has still played kind of a major role, at least to some of the storms, kind of weakening them and just choking them out altogether, as well still working with some high areas of wind shear. But the thing is, if we get into that La Nina phase kind of sooner than later, that wind shear, it will kind of be on that weaker side, but we are still looking at some potential development heading into around the 17th to the 23rd, a little bit of the red area development. That's kind of a medium chance, coming off into the coast of Africa, but even pushing along into the Gulf, especially down into Pacific, it is something that we are going to have to watch as well. So it's been kind of a calm start, but it doesn't mean hurricane season is just over yet.